Hello, Barbara here, and here's to Oasis Thursday, my weekly column. And this week's Oasis is actually pause, breathe, and behold. Have you ever been so busy praying for the next thing that you forgot that you're living an answered prayer? You know, there was once a time the peace you consider normal now was a desperate prayer. There was once a time when the strength you have now didn't exist. There was once a time a door that you casually walk through now didn't exist. The healing that you barely notice, the strength that you have that's part of your personality. You prayed for this. You cried for this. You fasted for this. You almost gave up waiting for this. And now that it's here, the life that you have is moving so fast, you are failing to recognize it. You are standing in the middle of an answered prayer. We live in a world so obsessed with the next thing, the next goal, the next relationship, the next promotion, the next house, the next degree, the next ministry opportunity, the next breakthrough. Ambition is not wrong. Growth is not wrong. Expectation is not wrong. But there is a danger in constantly reaching for tomorrow while blindly seeing what God has already placed in your hands. So breathe, wait, behold. To behold is not simply to just wait. It just means to look deeply, to recognize the significance of what's before you. Sometimes answered prayers arrive loudly. Other times, they're quiet. Sometimes the answer is not a dramatic miracle. Sometimes it is waking up and realizing that something that once broke you no longer has control over you. Sometimes it is peace. Sometimes it's clarity. Sometimes it is the courage to finally say no, because it's a complete sentence. Sometimes it is surviving something you thought would have broken you. Sometimes God changes the situation, and sometimes, which is my favorite part, He changes you. I'll give you an example. Hannah understood the agony of waiting. In fact, in 1 Samuel 1, it talks about how she desperately wanted a child year after year. She cried while she was watching someone actually getting what she was desperately praying for. Imagine the emotional weight. She was not merely waiting. She was watching others experience what she had prayed for, watching time move forward while her prayers, what she thought would be motionless, watching life happen right in front of her eyes. Yet, Hannah continued to bring her pain before God, not anywhere else. And one day she prayed so intensely that the priest Eli saw her lips moving without voice, and he thought she was drunk. And Hannah explained, "I am a woman who is deeply troubled, and I am pouring my soul out to God." There are prayers that come from your mouth, and there are prayers that come from a place so deep that words can barely carry them. God heard Hannah. In fact, scripture tells us that in due time, Hannah conceived and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." These words carry power. I asked the Lord for him. Every time Hannah looked at Samuel, she was looking at evidence that heaven heard her. But notice the phrase, "in due time." That's my favorite part. Not immediately, not according to Hannah's preferred schedule, but in due time. There was a space between the request and the reality, between the prayer and the proof, between the tears and the testimony. Perhaps you are living in that very space right now. Do not mistake waiting for abandonment. Do not interpret silence as absence. God can be quiet and still be working. I'm living proof of that. And when the answers finally arrive, do not become so familiar with the blessing that you forget the prayer attached to it. Do not become so accustomed to Samuel that you forget there was a Hannah that once wept for him. So sometimes in your life right now, you may have tears and whispers that says, I prayed for this, so behold it. Do not rush past your miracle. In Jeremiah 29 verse 11, it says, For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. God knows the plan even when we cannot see the blueprint. But perhaps our greatest challenge is not to simply trust God for the future, but to recognize God in the present. One of my favorite quotes from Helen Keller, she said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight with no vision. You can have eyes and still fail to see. You can receive a blessing and fail to recognize it. You can live inside an answered prayer while complaining for one prayer that remains unanswered. There will always be other desires, another mountain, another goal, another prayer, another dream, another level. But if gratitude is always waiting at the next destination, you will spend your entire life arriving without ever truly being present. So look at your life again. Everything may not be perfect. Some prayers may still be unanswered. Some relationships may still need healing. Some doors may still be closed. Some questions may remain unanswered, unresolved. But do not allow what God has not done yet to make you blind to what He has already done. Gratitude and expectation can occupy the same heart, the same space. You can thank God for today while believing Him for tomorrow. You can celebrate one answered prayer while still waiting faithfully for another. You can say, Lord, I am still waiting, but I also am watching. I still have questions, but I also have evidence. I still have prayers before you, but I also have testimonies behind me. I do. Perhaps today your prayer should simply be, God, show me what I am too busy to notice. Show me the prayer you already answered. Show me the danger you prevented without my knowledge. Show me the door you closed because you knew what was behind it. Show me the strength you developed through adversity. Show me the miracle that became so familiar that I stopped calling it a miracle. Then look again. Look at the person you've become. Look at what you survived. Look what no longer has power to break you. Look at the wisdom your mistakes produced. Look at the peace that replaced chaos. Look at the doors God opened. Look at the doors He mercifully closed. I remember praying for this. I remember I prayed for this strength. I remember I prayed for this peace. I prayed for another chance. I prayed for direction. I prayed to survive. I prayed to become wiser. I prayed for God to carry me when I could not carry myself. And here I am, not finished, at least not without challenges. Not at the end of my story, but standing in undeniable evidence that God has been faithful. God do not rush through seasons once He's done finishing. I survived. Look what God has done. Your testimony may still be unfolding. Your rose may still be blooming. God still will reveal your future a petal at a time. So I always say this, may the fog of uncertainty lift my vision May the roots of my faith grow deeper into the soil of trust. May gratitude awaken the fire in me for him. May I never become so familiar with God's goodness that I forget how desperate I prayed for what I possess now, and unfold in me the things that I truly desire. God hears you. God will keep you. God will protect you. God will prepare you. God will answer you. And even when you don't see what is happening, pause, breathe, and behold. The answered prayer may already be unfolding right before your eyes. Have a great day on purpose, with purpose, while living in your entire purpose.